the webinar, the fifth webinar of the day, How to Thrive in a Challenging Economy with Powerful Connections. And I'm so excited today to with BNI leaders across the globe. We have Mac representing China and India, Marcus representing Malaysia, Diana representing Uganda and Africa, and Bijay representing the UAE. So this is really, really fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time. I know we are all very, very busy. So I'm just going to go right ahead and jump into the questions so we can be done in 1 hour. And hopefully, everybody out there, thank you so much for being with us. And if you have any questions, drop us a line and we'll try and answer as many questions as possible. So let's begin with Marcus, with our National Director in Malaysia. I'm just going to ask you, if you could, introduce yourself and the rest of your guests on the panel.
Thank you so much, Syireen, and welcome everyone to this session. Thank you so much. I would like to, first of all, introduce Mac Srinivasan, who is the National Director for BNI India and also China, Sri Lanka, and Singapore. Mac is also the BNI President for the global markets. Right, that means he's in charge of looking for potential people to start BNI in new countries. And we have our beautiful lady here is Diana. Diana is the National Director for Uganda. Professionally, she's also a lawyer. And of course, last but not least, we have Bijay. Bijay Shah is the National Director for United Arab Emirates, and he's based in Dubai. And Bijay used to be a financial advisor before BNI, right? So thank you so much, all of you, for agreeing to be on this show at such a short notice. And that's what I like about BNI. We make so many friends all over the world in different parts of the country. Yeah. Thanks. Back to you, Syireen.
Marcus, you forgot to introduce yourself.
Oh, yes.
Marcus, yeah.
Okay. My name is Marcus Hwang. I am a lawyer by profession. I have been the National Director for BNI Malaysia since 2018. 18. I joined as a member of BNI in 2007, so I was a member for 10 years before I started chapters for BNI, and subsequently 2 years ago, I was asked to basically lead the BNI Malaysia. All right.
Thank you so much,
now,
Marcus.
Back to you, Syireen.
Yes, and I'm Syireen, and I'm the Executive Director for BNI Klang Valley South that covers the area of Cyberjaya, Putrajaya, Kajang, and Bangi. And I'm so pleased to be able to moderate our session today. So, Marcus, maybe you can briefly explain what exactly does BNI do?
Okay. What does BNI do? Well, I'll tell you what, because we have Mac, our Global Market President here, and there's no one better than to explain what BNI does. So I'll pass the floor over to Mac. Mac, over to you.
Thank you, Marcus, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I've been associated with BNI about 14 years. I started off in Bangalore, India, and then took care of many markets across the globe. BNI has helped me buy businesses, sell businesses, and I'm really excited now to be working full-time, expanding BNI across the world. So let's take a quick look at what BNI does. Next slide, please. So BNI, we run our whole organization with a wonderful set of 7 core values about givers gain, building relationships. We believe in lifelong learning. We always have, we are rooted in our traditions, but we are always very innovative. And we have positive attitude, accountability, and recognition. Those are our 7 core values. And I'm just going to go to the next slide, please. So as an organization, we are in more than 70 countries. We help small and medium scale entrepreneurs expand their business across the globe. So what happens as a small and medium scale entrepreneur, whether you're in Malaysia, whether you're in India, Sri Lanka, you now have, or Dubai or Uganda, you have access to 70 countries, and you're almost competing like what a large country or large company would compete, right? You have immediate access into many of these countries in terms of vendors, in terms of clients, in terms of connections. Next slide, please. We have global offices. BNI itself has got 10 global offices that support over 270,000 members. Next slide, please. So these are the members, and we normally meet in physical meetings. And because we are in a challenging environment, all our meetings are done on the online platform just for the safety of our members. But soon we'll be able to meet back in the physical world. We have large conferences and trade shows that help our members expand their business. And the next slide, please. We are like I said, geographically dispersed. Asia Pacific has got about 80,000 members in it, or entrepreneurs. Europe and Middle East, Africa, we have 85,000 entrepreneurs. North America, about 80,000. Latin America, 15,000. And Middle East and Africa, which Bijay and Diana are rapidly growing in that marketplace, over 5,000 members now. Next slide, please. We did, the amazing thing, Marcus, is in this 6 months, we did $7.4 billion of business. This is a small and medium scale entrepreneur exchanging a referral that leads to this. No other company in the world can say that they have supported small and medium scale entrepreneurs to a tune of $7.4 billion. With that, I just want to give you, that's the brief overview of BNI. I'm going to hand it back to you, Marcus. We are here to help the small and medium scale entrepreneur expand their business across the globe.
Thank you so much, Mac. Yeah, so that's basically what we do, Syireen. What we do is we help our members increase their business via referrals by building meaningful relationships with quality business professionals. So that's basically, to sum it up, yeah.
That's amazing.
Business owners need sales, so we help them get sales. We help them get business.
Exactly. And what I really liked about what Max said was the word. I'm a writer, so I really pay attention to the words that is mentioned. So I love the word access. How much access can BNI give to our members? So I'm just going to go ahead and ask Bijay. What do you think are the networking skills that we need right now more than ever to get more referrals when economies around the world are currently going through quite a challenging time with COVID-19, and some countries are shutting down, some are going to lockdowns. So what do you think would be one of the really good ways that people could network and gain this access that we are talking about on BNI?
Thank you, Syireen. Yeah, let me start off by saying, networking is more of a mindset first, followed by, of course, having the right skill set. So not only in the current challenging times, but generally, if you have a mindset of abundance, where you're looking to see how you can help each other, how you can help people in your network, people that you meet, having that sort of mindset of abundance, that's critical. And in BNI, we have a philosophy called Give is Gain, where all our members are there to help and support each other. It's part of our core value as well, if you had noticed earlier. So that's the mindset required. And then the skill set is really seeing how you can connect with these people, how you can help them. My advice to anybody watching this, it's not about being a BNI member or not, it's about networking. There is a notion that networking is all about meeting new people, whether you're doing it online or whether you're doing it in person. A lot of people think that networking is meeting lots and lots of new people. While that is partly true, networking is actually about building relationships. So it's not about just sending out connection requests on LinkedIn or meeting people and handing out business cards. It's about making a connection which is meaningful, whereby you actually take time to understand who the other person is, what they do, and most importantly, if you can learn to ask them how you can help them. And in the current challenging times, I would say to anybody, forget about meeting new people, forget making new connections. Just look at your network, look at the people on your mobile phone, on your device, look at the people around you, your suppliers, your customers, other colleagues, other associates, and reach out to them. Ask yourself, when was the last time you connected with them and spoke to them? Just pick up the phone, send a WhatsApp message, whatever works for you, and it's literally, hello, how are you, how are things? Listen to what they have to say, what's happening in their lives, professionally, personally, and then ask them how you can help them. If you do enough of that, what you'll start finding is you'll be able to connect people. You'll kind of become a master connector, because you'll hear somebody complaining about something or finding something challenging, and you'll hear somebody else saying, hey, I think I have a solution around this. And you are this person who is in the center, kind of a hub, who is connecting all these people, and then you're able to match. And if you do enough of that, you become the go-to person. And what it means is you start building your social capital, and people come to you asking for solutions. And then, of course, you can draw on that capital. So when you need help, you can call out to these people and say, hey, I was wondering if you can help me, and ask for help. And people will be more than happy to help you. So in a nutshell, that would be my advice to anybody. It's never too late. But it's not just about making new connections. It's about deepening the relationships you already have.
Thank you, Bijay. I got kicked out for a bit just now, so I missed out a bit of the conversation, but I heard the word of being the go-to person and building relationships is really, really key in networking. So maybe Diana, you can share with us, how does BNI create referral opportunities for its members, especially in this challenging environment? I mean, with us being really steep in building relationships.
Thank you, Syireen. So over 35 years of experience in helping SMEs build relationships, my experience has been that BNI enables SMEs to collaborate with each other. The first step of that is there's a lot of learning. And so SMEs from different spheres and different countries are all thinking the same philosophy, give us gain, are all asking the same question, how can I help you? And in challenging times like this, everybody needs help. One key aspect I've seen in collaboration is that I've seen businesses be able to pivot during this time, quickly pivot, quickly adapt, quickly embrace options to help them survive, and then begin now to rebuild themselves and thrive. A key aspect of that has largely come out of visibility. For we all know SMEs are competing in all our countries across the world. It's a very competitive space. The opportunity to stand out and the opportunity to distinguish yourself as an SME can never be underestimated. And in BNI, through our chapter meetings, through the existence of one member in every group representing one business, simply means there is no competition, there is visibility, and I have seen members build visibility locally through their communities, together put up trade shows, together go out and publicize members' businesses in the local media, build members' profiles on social media and other digital platforms. And I've seen business succeed globally simply because we are literally one village. When we talk about the 270,000 members across the globe, that means every member is just a single tap away, a digital tap away on the phone. And we have platforms where members have been able to meet and work with, and we're celebrating the success, the ease with which that has been able to be done. So the two key things that I would highlight that I see BNI has been able to help members in this time collaborate, to grow, to change, to quickly adapt, and given them visibility locally and globally, which opens up more opportunities for them to take up and utilize. Thank you, Syireen.
Thank you, Diana. That was really, really insightful. I really love when you talk about pivoting and being just digitally tap away from each other, 270,000 access. So that was really, really exciting. I feel as an ED and also once a member, there's a lot of opportunities. Mac, maybe you can share with us, besides being the national director for India and China, you're also you mentioned just now the president of the global markets, and we've already heard that BNI has grown every year for the last 35 years. We've been around for 35 years, right? From the first chapter that was founded in 85, and now to 9,500 chapters with 270,000 members in 73 countries. I think we all should be celebrating right now how hard we've worked and supported members across the globe. So, Mac, what are BNI's plans to increase its presence in more countries around the world?
Thank you, Syireen. I think one of the key things that Diana said earlier, the ability to pivot, right? When we were on offline meeting a company, Ukraine, Tanzania, Indonesia, or Czech Republic, Tunisia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Dominican Republic, Paraguay, Puerto Rico, and the list goes on. So we are here to help small and medium scale entrepreneurs connect. And BNI is a referral organization. It's a word of mouth organization. So we go by recommendations by other national directors, other members who may have friends in these other countries and who have experienced BNI in their country and now taking it on another country. Very similar to how Diana came on board, or how Bijay, or how even I was referred to to BNI by a member from Malaysia. His name is Yap, and he referred me, Mac, you need to go see BNI in India. You need to go see what we're doing. We're here to help more members. Our goal, of course, is to be now about 270,000 members. Our goal is to have 10,000 chapters. We are very close to getting the 10,000 chapters across the world. We are also have collaborations with other large companies like our organizations like JCI, and they are in 110 countries. So we are also leveraging the strengths in expanding both markets for us.
That's great. It sounds like SMEs across the globe have lots and lots of opportunities to be part of BNI. But I have one question: why do you think growing BNI into various countries is important for BNI members?
I think the way I see it, have you seen anybody using the push button phone these days like the Nokias? No one is. Everybody's using a smartphone. Everyone uses a smartphone. A smartphone is a needed tool these days, right? So being a BNI, being an SME, you need a smart system like a smartphone to plug into the world, to be able to transact, to be able to immediately connect. Yes, you can still do business using the old push button phones. It's a slower pace, but in this world, in this environment, BNI is the only platform that an SME can plug into. I think very soon, if you don't have BNI, you really cannot expand at the speed what BNI members are able to expand. And it's not just expanding; it's surviving. If you're able to, even in a very challenging environment like us, what we're going through now, BNI members are able to help each other survive and then thrive. That's the beauty of BNI.
Right. What I'm hearing is just ample opportunity to grow and grow and grow with BNI. So I'm just going to bring us back to Malaysia a little bit, talking about growth. Marcus, in Malaysia, BNI has grown from 1,000 members to 4,000 plus in the last 7 years. That's like, how many percentage is that? Huh? So like, it's a huge percentage, right?
4 times, yeah.
4 times, yeah. So what do you think is the secret to such a successful growth for Malaysians here, for the SMEs here in Malaysia?
Okay, great. That's a really good question. I think the most important thing is the culture that we have in BNI. The culture that promotes lifelong learning, the culture that promotes positive attitude, the culture that promotes meaningful relationships, and the other few cultures, the core values that make up our culture in BNI. You see, in many business owners, when they start a business, the mindset is very different. Okay, there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of, yes, people want things fast, but they are not wanting to put in the effort or the discipline to achieve what they want. So having a BNI culture of continuously improving ourselves, having this culture of a positive mindset, always focus on the positive, stay away from negative people, always focus on positive, focusing on improving ourselves as a person, so that improving our leadership so that we can grow more in our business. I think that's really, really key, the culture. And besides the culture, BNI provides the system, okay, a very good system where we can, business owners can hone their discipline. In fact, we have organizations who send their salespeople into BNI just so that they can learn more, not only knowledge, not only skills, but also the correct mindset to do business. And on top of that all, I think one very key element as well, the third element besides culture and the system, is also leadership. For us, always emphasizing on creating leaders. It's very important, because we understand that what we do here is far more bigger than each and every one of us. We want to improve the lives of millions in Malaysia. By doing that, we believe that BNI platform, if we create more leaders and each one of them make a lot of money, they can employ more people and train their employees to be leaders. And every leader can impact at least 10 people. We will be impacting more than 2 million Malaysians by 2028. I think all these add together, all these three things add together, contributed to the goal. Back to you, Syireen.
Thank you, Marcus. That was really, 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 really interesting. I'm actually looking for questions from our participants. If you guys have any questions at all, we have remarkable leaders here with us. We have Mac, who is representing China and India. We have Diana from Uganda, Africa. We have Bijay from UAE. So questions to ask in regards of the professional development. Does BNI come with a training program to sharpen our presentation and business skills? Anybody wants to answer that? Maybe Bijay. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have a saying in BNI that people join BNI for the business, and then they stay in BNI for the relationships and the skills that they develop. What we're finding more and more as we survey our members is the value that they get, you know, the intangible value that they put in being part of BNI is tremendous, because we have tremendous workshops available. We have both in-person and online workshops for our members. And it ranges, you know, it's about how to become better business people, how to do better presentations. So, you know, people essentially join BNI obviously for the business growth and referrals. We don't call ourselves a company, an organization which trains you how to present better, but, you know, you can tell when you go to a networking event, no doubt you'll be across amongst BNI members, and even if you don't know them, the way they stand up and they speak, you can spot them. I'll just share a very small story. We had a member in logistics, in shipping, and he joined BNI a few years ago. He used to attend, or he continues to attend, annual events. You know, these are logistic conferences in different parts of the world. And he told me a few years ago that he went along to one of these conferences soon after he joined BNI, where he got the confidence of speaking. And he got invited to stand up and speak at this conference. He wasn't speaking on stage. He was just speaking in front of a small group of people. But what happened was, the way he started speaking and presenting, a couple of people who happened to be BNI members from other parts of the world spotted him. So there were amongst a few hundred people, and there were only 2 or 3 BNI members. But the guys who were in BNI came up to him and saying, "You're in BNI, aren't you?" And he said, "How did you know it?" He said, "We could tell the way you spoke and you presented." And, you know, they struck up a relationship. Until today, they actually do lots of business together. These are people who have built a partnership where they refer logistics business. You can imagine logistics is global. So one of the questions you had, you know, why grow BNI in different countries? You know, the world is flat today. Many of our businesses now are turning global in nature. We have our saying, you know, it's a local business, global network. You can tap into this, and the more BNI presence we have in different markets, different countries, it actually enhances the value for our members, because they can reach out to those markets to do business with fellow BNI members. We all share the same values, and that's very important.
Thank you, Bijay. Thank you, Kimi, for the question. And in the same spirit of talking about trainings and the importance of knowledge, lifelong learning is part of our core values. And I just wanted to maybe pass this to Mac, because Dr. Ivan Meisner and Beth Meisner are such advocates for learning. And one of the things that we have launched, I think last year, it was the BNI University, a powerful tool. Maybe you want to share a little bit about how powerful that tool is and how it supported our members in terms of getting more and more business knowledge, referral knowledge, networking knowledge, loads of. So maybe you can share a bit of why BNI University was founded and
definitely.
Yes.
Part of our, you know, one of our very core values, like Bijay was talking about, is lifelong learning, right? So we are constantly sharpening our skills, and the BNI University, that tool was created so that members can leverage BNI. Once you join BNI, it's a process of learning how to do your 30 seconds or your weekly presentations, how to do your 8-minute presentations or feature presentations. BNI walks you through step by step. And having this wonderful tool that was created by headquarters, we work with a professional organization that is working with adult learning, and so this has helped us be able to educate our members globally on how to leverage the system. It's very simple, Syireen. Suppose you want to play tennis, right? You go into the tennis game and you keep hitting the ball across the net, but you're not going to get points. You need to know the rules of the game, how to leverage the game. And that's what BNI University helps us learn, okay? How to ask for referrals, how to spot referrals for your colleagues, Okay, and then how to leverage the BNI system. BNI University is now getting to the next level where we're building new tools in it called the referral exchange. So a member in Uganda, like how Diana was saying, can ask for a printer across the world, and there'll be people posting each other, like an internal Facebook page of gives and asks. It's going to be a wonderful evolution to the BNI tool. It's called Business Builders, and all this is from the BNI University platform. It's about educating our members on how to leverage the BNI platform.
Thank you, Meg. That's really fun. I always loved learning. Ever since I was a member, I did nothing but go for training, and I had to be told to stop and focus on business and then go some more learning. So Lomi Himan is asking how many networking meetings being conducted in a year for the particular countries. Maybe we've lost Diana. Maybe Marcus, you want to take that?
How many meetings are being conducted? Well, that depends on how many chapters we have in a country. For Malaysia, we have close to about 100 chapters, 100. And every chapter runs their meetings on a weekly basis. Yeah, so you multiply that by 50, let's say 50 weeks in a year, multiply by 100. What's that? 5,000? 5,000 meetings in a year. Yep. Wow, that's an incredible figure. Never thought of that way. Thanks for the question.
Yeah. So as we grow, as you were mentioning, as we grow, definitely we'll have more meetings cropping up. And Diana, I'm still thinking about the success story you're talking about in regards to finding a printer in India. And I thought maybe you can, or anybody on the panel would like to answer this question. A lot of people, when they were hit by the epidemic the past few months, some of them got really paralyzed, and some of them got really afraid. What's next? What to do? A lot of people are actually saving their money, and some people are experiencing hefty cash flow issues. So maybe something that you can advise in regards to what I would call as investment in self and their business, and how BNI can support them in that way.
Thank you, Syireen. One thing that I will say, especially in this time, I think the first thing that I saw happening when the lockdown happened across the globe is that BNI was very responsive and adaptable. In my country, we were the only business community that was still online. I'm part of a couple of networks, and we were the only business community that continued, barely with a breath, a pause. We went 1 week on face-to-face, and the next week we were online. What that meant for most of the businesses was that this was a community which continued to be their only source of business referrals for this period. From that, you could see relationships which were built on trust. How can I help you? Stopped being simply, oh, I know somebody, but what can I do today to help your business? So that if someone was in the marketing space, providing services in marketing, video production, that immediately translated to how can I help you get your business online, because this is the new normal. If someone was in the PR space, there's a member in PR I really celebrate. She was able to bring all her networks from the corporate world. We all know for SMEs, there is no marketing budget to go into dailies. And she's been able to have over 3 members profiled, double page in our national dailies. And what that means for those businesses is, they cannot pay for that. And it continues to grow from there, because now there's visibility, there's publicity, and they can build onto that. And so what I saw was instead of simply saying, I can get you a referral, it became a question of, I'm actually invested in your business, and I can help your business in whatever way that I can. We have also seen a lot of information coming out into in my country, because everyone was locked up, everyone went online with some advice. One thing I've found with BNI, built on the trusted relationships, people are able to take that information and actually use it to strengthen existing businesses, but also engage with regulators. So it is not just about a one-way conversation. It's really being invested. It's really being deliberate. to see that what I have and what I know I can use for you. And it goes to the heart of our values. It goes to the heart of givers gain, which really means that if I have something to leverage, I will leverage for your benefit. And in turn, I know you wish me the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinah. I love the words deliberate and to leverage. It's definitely something that BNI members do. We are very intentional in our efforts and how we really want to support one another. So I know that all of you are representatives of very powerful countries, and I'm sure they have a lot of success stories that you would like to share with us. We have about a good 20 minutes. Maybe we can start with Malaysia. Malaysia, you have a couple of stories. I know Bijay has stories, Dinah has stories, and so does Mac. So yeah, success stories from Malaysia.
Yeah, thank you. But first of all, can we go to the slide before this? I just want to explain for the benefit of people who are outside Malaysia, because I believe that there are some businesses who are watching this who are outside Malaysia. But there are a lot of benefits of doing business in Malaysia, and some of those are the lower corporate income tax. You know, our members in BNI, we really encourage people who like to do business with the Malaysia SMEs. We have a fairly educated workforce, and English is widely spoken, and investors from or business people from China, Mandarin and Cantonese is widely spoken. We have developed infrastructure. In fact, we have really good infrastructure, flexible banking system, and quality of life. The prices of property in Malaysia is at quite a low level. You can get really good quality properties in Malaysia right now. So that's a bit of a promotion, but just on a little bit about BNI Malaysia. This is a bit old statistics here. This statistics is about 2 or 3 weeks old. Currently, we have 100 chapters. Close to about 4,000 of our members. And the important part is we did 214 million worth of business in Malaysia in the last 12 months. That means our members passed about 860 million ringgit worth of business among each other. That's the business done when they are BNI members. And those are only the declared amounts, because we believe some amounts are not declared or not posted into the system. So those escape us, we don't know, right? Next slide. Now, next, I'd like to just share a bit of stories about how our members leverage on BNI and the international connections in BNI to increase their business. The first one is Kang Wei. Well, Kang Wei's story is very unique. A few years ago, Kang Wei had a stroke, and because of that, he had to be hospitalized. But he did recover really, really fast. That's because his chapter members supported him by giving him daily visits. In fact, a few of the members would take turns to visit him in the hospital to make sure that he recovers well, make sure that his business runs well without him because he has a young family, and they took care of his family as well. The chapter members actually made sure that when he was discharged, the bed was ready, his room, special room downstairs was ready, because he was unable to go upstairs. So what does this tell me is really BNI is not just about business, it's about really meaningful relationships that our members make. And through BNI Online and Zoom, Kang Wei has managed to expand his business, basically the law of attraction, to many different countries. He was able to do previews in the United States, in Europe, in China, and in different parts of Asia and the rest of the world. Okay, so it's amazing, and he's already generating steady business for his law of attraction series. Right, and next slide, please. And the next story I would like to share very quickly is Daisy. Well, surprise, surprise, Daisy actually visited Uganda. I think it was beginning of the year, if I'm not wrong. She visited Uganda, and she's an aromatherapist, and she managed to do a joint venture with a member in Uganda. And from there, they actually developed a special plan of oil, and that joint venture is actually going on. And that's also giving her a steady revenue for her company since, I think, last month. It started, of course, the visit was in January, but it generated revenue about 2 months ago. Okay, and next slide, please. Thank you. And Zyzi is an intellectual property consultant, So he used the BNI network to actually leverage his business not only to Indonesia, but also to Japan. And Zyzi is also doing really well. That's one of our members who make use of the international network that we have. And next slide, please. Next, I would like to talk about Dr. Haas. Dr. Haas is a dentist. Well, she joined BNI. She was a dentist in the UK for many years, more than 20 years. And when she came back to Malaysia, she realized one thing: she didn't have the network. She wanted to start a dental clinic, but she does not have the network. So while her clinic was being renovated, she applied to be a member. She was accepted. And there she started networking. And today I'm very proud to say that Dr. Azlina has expanded her business. And I believe she has 6 dentists in her clinic now and expanding. She has recently done some networking with BNI Morocco and is supplying dental equipment. And hopefully that's another section of her business. Okay, so well done, Dr. Azlina. Next slide, please. Next slide, we have another story. I would like to share with you about Aaron. Aaron, basically, he's doing tax. He's a tax advisor, and he managed to establish network in one of our business matching series. Every month, we will have 2 business matching series with different countries around the world. So we start with Asia, and then we go beyond Asia to other countries, where we give the opportunity to our members to actually, instead of spending an air ticket and flying all the way there, you just do it via Zoom. So different countries, they will network, and he generated some business with members from Guangzhou who referred him business in Malaysia, right? And next slide, please. Of course, next we have Isaac. Isaac is an esthetician. He is from Kuching. What Isaac did was he joined one of our business matching series as well, a business networking series with BNI Singapore. And through that, he was referred by Jonathan, who is the operations director for BNI in Singapore, to a client who I think they did more than 40,000 worth of business in just one referral. Okay, and the next item, next slide, please. And finally, we have Jade. Jade is an image consultant. She has never been good with computers or even the internet. Of course, she knows how to browse. But when Zoom came, when the MCO came, we had no choice. See, this is the funny thing. I'll tell you about this story about MCO later. But anyway, Jade has never done preview in her life, and she thought, okay, now since BNI has taught me how to use Zoom, I'm going to use Zoom for my business, and she did. And because of that, she did previews, and surprise, surprise, she managed to do quite well in her first month itself. She has generated so many clients now. She's been doing it for the 3rd month. I believe her income now exceeds more than before MCO. That's amazing, and that's what our members do. A lot of our members are actually doing better now. Of course, I'm not saying everyone is doing better, but the mindset of growth is so important. And in BNI, we provide the process. Now, this is one story, Syireen, I would like to share. This has nothing to do with the stories that I have here. Is that okay? Syireen, just very quickly.
We have a bit of time. Yep. Okay,
thank you so much. Now, you see, 1 week before the government announced MCO, we all the chapters, 90 chapters in Malaysia, we started doing rehearsals, okay, how to conduct our meetings via Zoom instead of face-to-face. And then when we were ready to go to online, so we told everyone that, okay, from next week onwards, all our meetings will be online. You're not allowed to meet in person anymore. And 2 days later, the government announced that we are not allowed to meet in person anymore. We're not allowed to meet face-to-face anymore. So some members were asking me, hey, does BNI actually, you guys actually have some insider information that how come you know the government is going to announce the lockdown before all of us did? I said, this is something for you to find out and for us to know. But actually it's just the timing. BNI was preparing every country in the world to go into online meetings. And just so happened, the government announced it a few days before we were ready to go. And so when the government announced it, all of us were actually ready to go to online meetings. Okay, that's something funny that I think happened. So now our members know, it's not any insider information, it's just the timing. Right? Over to you, Syireen.
It's the timing and also our culture of tradition and innovation. We were very quick to just step on it, and all leaders just came on board, and we we gave birth to BNI Online.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
congratulations.
Exactly. Like what Mac was sharing just now, leadership is so important. And thanks to the CEO, Graham, he predicted this coming even in January. The national directors, we were meeting on a daily basis since January to prepare for going online in case we can't meet face to face anymore. And tradition and innovation, the innovation happens the moment they were announced. We were all ready already. The manual was ready, the script was ready, the agenda for the meeting, everything is ready. We just need to roll it out.
Amazing,
Thank
amazing
you,
stories.
Yep.
Thank you, Marcus. Matt, can I go to you? Do you have some stories to share with us?
Yeah, I was just saying from an overall perspective of how BNI Online has helped in the last 6-7 months. Because I was managing these markets directly for China, for example, on an average, if you take, we have in China close to about 4,800 members. And in the offline world, we were doing around $45 million a month. That was the average referral exchange that was happening. But surprisingly, after the members learned how to leverage the online system, we are now doing over $77 million a month. So, like a huge jump in the incomes being transacted by our members. 77. So it's been now like 2 to 3 months. Some months we've even done $200 million in thank you for closed business or referral exchanges that have been done for the members. So I believe same type of experience I had in Singapore, where we were doing about 3 million. Now we're doing about 4.5 million each month in terms of referral exchange. So I believe now with the BNI Online, members and entrepreneurs across the world have figured out, the first few months we had a dip. People are still learning how to do this. And now, and thanks to many initiatives like what Marcus has taken, we had joint meetings in Malaysia and Singapore, Malaysia and mainland China. Malaysia is going to be meeting with my Sri Lanka team soon. And he's already met with my India team. So these give new opportunities for members that we never thought was possible. We never thought, we could immediately do this thing fast. And now we are really leveraging the BNI environment, the network, so that our members are able to leverage it and be able to transact in a different way and pass referrals to each other, spot new opportunities, new deals that come across, and develop business on the online world. So that's I had a good gut feeling after seeing these trending that's happening across multiple countries and not just one country. The thank you for closed business has gone up. The same number of visitors that we had in the offline world, they are coming to our meetings. New collaborations are happening that we never had in the offline world. And of course, when things are safe, Graham Weimiller, our CEO, has always said, we will get back to our traditional meetings once things are safe, right? For us, every member's life is very important. So we are very cautious on how we will bring them back to safety once things are safe. But we're very happy with the progress so far. And we look forward to expanding into many more and helping more entrepreneurs. Our vision is to help 1 million entrepreneurs across the globe and help many more people across the globe. Back to you, Syireen.
Thank you so much, Mac, for that sharing. It's so great to listen to really powerful numbers popping up and members across the globe making a lot of money. What's it like in UAE, Bijay? Any success stories that you want to share with us?
Sure, Syireen, thank you. Yeah, very quickly. I mean, we have lots of stories, but I'll highlight a couple of stories. One is about the power of the global network. So, as everybody knows, of course, when the pandemic hit, there were certain industries which literally shut down. One of which was travel, right? Everything just shut down and closed all over the world. If you're familiar with this part of the world in the UAE or in the Gulf countries, we have a lot of migrant labor. A lot of people from the subcontinent, from Southeast Asia. And obviously what needed to happen was a lot of countries who are looking at, or rather, people either being laid off or needed to be sent home because it didn't do any good for them to be staying here. There are some technical issues, visas and whatnot. So as much as airports and flights were shut down, the governments were allowing repatriation flights. And travel agents, they took it upon themselves. So what we actually found is, if you look at the top 3 travel agents in the country, they happen to be BNI members. They were able to use the global network, especially in countries like India, where they collaborated with other travel agents over there There are a lot of logistics. You got to look at chartering aircraft. You got to look at permissions, lending permits, and then of course there's a bit of politics involved. So you got to have connections with the right people up there. And most of this for a lot of these people was done through the BNI network. Building those relationships had helped. They were able to connect with each other and actually facilitate repatriation flights. So as much as everything was shut down, here were people making a difference to families and people, connecting them and taking them back home, and all being done through the power of the BNI network. So that was one success story that we have. It continues even today. The other quick one is about the innovation. We talked about moving from in-person to online. I remember, Marcus, we had a very similar experience just before everything was locked down. We took a call and we said, right, we're going to move online. I happened to be at a chapter meeting and I made that announcement in that chapter. And one member came up to me and she literally had tears in her eyes. She said, I have no idea what I'm going to do. My business is 100% in person. She runs team building events, and she said, how will I do this virtually? I've never done this. And I explained to her how she can use Zoom and what she can do with the platform. And she was one of those who adapted to that. She quickly, pivoted everything to online. And she today runs very, very successful online team building events. She now is getting clients across the world. So she said, you know what, Bijay, what this has actually done for me is opened up the world. Before, all my clients were local, of course, because it's in person. Now I've been able to do this online and I can have a client anywhere in the world and they're all seeing a lot of value in her. So that shows, through innovation and how we've been able to showcase the tools that we have. Members are using these tools. I had one guy who represents, education, and he said, Zoom is amazing. Through BNI, I've learned how to use Zoom, and now I'm using Zoom for all my other meetings, and that has made a big difference to my business model as well. So these kind of success stories are just amazing to hear, and it's good to see how we are impacting people both professionally and personally. Thank you, Syireen.
Thank you so much, Bijay. That is definitely something that we benefit so much in BNI. Right. So, Diana, I just wanted, before I go to Diana, I just wanted to share with you. My mentor tell me, business is everywhere. It is absolutely available everywhere. The challenge is for us to find where it is. And I'm very happy to hear the word access. Really happen to the word leverage coming from BNI. So in Uganda, Africa, how has it been for you guys there since the lockdown and the challenge to experiencing any success stories?
Thank you, Syireen. So I think the first success story is you can see from the map, Uganda is right in the heart of the eastern part of the African continent. And we have BNI in Kenya, we have BNI in Tanzania, two neighboring countries. And for the first time, we've been able to have members training, joint members training online. It's very exciting because that region has a market of over 460 million people. And members across are collaborating in logistics and able to connect. Immediately in the training sessions, they put out an ask. Say, I'm trying to reach someone in Tanzania, I'm trying to reach someone in Kenya, and they can find a trusted member to work with. Two immediate stories that really touched my heart. The first one, if you can see the photo of the Uganda members, Mark had come to visit, and Bijay, who's a co-national director for Uganda, was also part of us. And there's a lady who's visually impaired. Interestingly, she's an artist. She was an art curator, and she became visually impaired. But she continues to pursue her passion for art. So in the lockdown, of course, one of the big income earners in Uganda is tourism. And the question was, since tourists can't come in, what will happen? Now, you found that through the BNI system, members in the art space came together and put out a group. They made a call and said, we're looking for anyone in the art sector across the world. I was able to pick up that link from a global group and pass it on to her. And the next thing I know, she's having meetings across the globe. And the last I knew, they were curating a show with artists from across the world. So this is curating a virtual art exhibition, and which is exposing members from Africa, Uganda, to markets across the world. Another example is of a gentleman called Sam, and Sam's business has been in photography. The business has been in Uganda for over 25 years. And of course, we all know photography, walk in, walk out with your printed photo book. But what happened with the lockdown, a big part of the events industry was shut down. So as a result of that, we had to think digital, and he was able to connect with members in India, and he's been able to put up a platform where you can click, print, and that platform is up and running as I speak, and it's already changing their market. It's completely opening them up to another market. And of course, it has all been possible because they were able to get trusted suppliers, trusted partners, and they were able to immediately kick it up and run with it. So the stories of the transformation are immense. The exciting thing for me is this opportunity to speak to all of you across the world, and specifically SMEs from Malaysia. Uganda is open for business. There are lots of opportunities. And as it is, Uganda exports a lot of finished products, furniture, electronics, textile, all from Malaysia. So I'm happy to engage with you. And Syireen, I hope I will pass on my contact, and members can reach me, and anyone attending this can reach me if they want to. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Everybody, we're coming towards the end of the session. We have about 8 more minutes. If there's any last burning questions from viewers, please do so, drop us a line. If not, as Diana has mentioned, Uganda is open for business. UAE is open for business. 73 countries on the BNI platform is open for business, and it's just finding the business and getting connected. We're all about building strong relationships. As I mentioned earlier today, I'm so happy to receive so much support from leaders across the globe. It's just a showcase of leaders walking the talk, leaders supporting leaders, making success stories more successful. So thank you so much, Mac. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Bijay. Any last words? We have about 5 minutes. Any last words from your amazing leaders? Anyone? Shall I call the names or go through last? Okay, last beautiful words from you guys, Mac.
I think this is the best time to be participating and plugging into a forum like BNI, because every business owner, if you're in business, you need BNI. There's no doubt about that. You need to plug into an environment that's positive, that's going to be encouraging you in more ways than just referrals and business. We are there as a family to support the whole system. So if you're an entrepreneur here on this channel, viewing us, give BNI a try. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mac. Yeah, get plugged in and stay relevant. Diana,
we are currently trending under the hashtag of growing forward together. We're definitely going to come through this season. The question is, are you coming out stronger? And if you want to come out stronger, please look for a BNI group around you and join a team that is invested in helping you grow. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. Yes, be amongst people who are committed to your success. Bijay, anything from you?
Yeah, I would say building relationships is at the core of this, and action to call for all of you. Of course, try out BNI, it's fantastic. But even if you choose not to, see how many people you can call this week. People you haven't spoken to in the last 3 months, just call them up, ask them how they are and how you can help them. You'll be amazed at what you can do. Call 5 to 10 people, and that will be amazing.
Amazing. Thank you. Fantastic advice, Bijay. Thank you so much. And Marcus, let's wrap it up with a bang.
Thank you, Syireen. Well, we are in crisis, right? So there's 2 questions. There's 2 ways you can go. You can wait or you can act. Crisis, if you wait, you're a leadership in crisis. If you act, then you're a crisis leader. So if you think that you want to really do something, do it now. Don't wait. Because we're not going back to normal anymore. This is the new normal. Because the longer you wait, then the more difficult your business, the situation of your business is going to be. And I totally agree, you need a supportive network. and you need to network properly. Okay, every time when I go to networking sessions in even in KL or in Malaysia, I see everyone wants to sell. But then when I ask who wants to buy, nobody wants to buy. So the question is, if everyone wants to sell, nobody wants to buy, will business happen? No. And that's it. That's the basic of networking. That's what we call the networking disconnect. If you want to find out more, find out how you visit a BNI chapter and find out how networking should be done effectively that can generate sales for you. Thank you. Over to you, Syireen.
Thank you so much. So it's a wrap, and I just want to wrap up everybody by saying the point of power is in the present. So to be a crisis leadership is to take action now. Thank you so much, BNI leaders, and thank you so much to MCM Money Compass and SME Malaysia for having us on your maiden journey to e-conference. Wow, thank you so much for having us, and have a fantastic day. Thank you.
Thank you, Syireen. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my guests today. Of course, thanks to Max. Right, thank you to Diana and also to Bijay. When I texted them and they replied so quickly that they want to help share with Malaysian SMEs, and they want to help contribute to the growth of the businesses in Malaysia. So thank you so much for your help and for your generosity, and to the organizers as well, to the organizers for this event, the SME Corp and also MCM and Money Compass. Thanks so much for having us on your show. Okay, and Syireen, thank you. Thank you so much for moderating the show. Thank you.
Amazing. Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.